What if the perfect soldier isn't born, but engineered? DARPA asks whether strength, speed, and intelligence can be upgraded like software. But when does enhancement cross the line into something no longer human? Could bones be reinforced like armor and muscles pushed past natural limits? DARPA experiments with biotech strength, but what happens when the body reaches a breaking point science can't predict? What if exhaustion could be erased completely? Soldiers fighting for days without rest sounds powerful, but what does endless wakefulness do to the human mind? Could pain be switched off like a light? Neural blockers promise fearless fighters, but if pain disappears, what warns the body when damage turns deadly? What if wounds healed faster than ever before? Regeneration research looks miraculous. Still, scars vanish, but trauma stays trapped inside the brain. Could reaction time outrun instinct itself? DARPA accelerates brain signals, but if thoughts move faster than control, can decisions stay human? What if fear is removed from the brain entirely? Emotion suppression boosts bravery, but without fear, how does a soldier know when to stop? Could soldiers see perfectly in total darkness without gear? Enhanced vision pushes biology forward, but what happens when the eyes never truly rest? What if hearing becomes dangerously sharp? Detecting whispers miles away sounds useful, but can the brain survive constant sensory overload? Could memories be edited for combat efficiency? DARPA explores memory control, but who decides which memories are erased forever? What if training took hours instead of years? Skill upload experiments promise instant mastery, but does speed replace true understanding? Could soldiers communicate silently through their minds? Neural links improve coordination, but what happens to privacy inside your own head? What if machines feel like real body parts? Exoskeletons merge with flesh, but where does the human body end and the machine begin? Could reflexes move before danger even appears? Predictive systems act fast. What happens when the prediction is wrong? What if emotions were regulated like software? Controlled courage sounds efficient, but can empathy survive being dialed down? Could soldiers operate without sleep for an entire week? Stimulant trials push limits, but what happens when the body finally collapses? What if painkillers never wore off? Silent injuries allow non-stop fighting, but how much damage goes unnoticed until it's fatal? Could the human body run on less oxygen? Modified blood boosts endurance, but can the heart handle what science demands? What if soldiers instantly adapted to heat, cold, or toxins? Extreme resilience sounds powerful, but is adaptability still human? Could implants monitor thoughts in real time? Stress and focus are tracked, but who controls the data inside a soldier's mind? What if hesitation is removed from decision? Faster kills may save lives, but does morality disappear with delay? Could soldiers be upgraded in the middle of battle? Injectable enhancements boost power instantly, but what if systems overload? What if loyalty could be chemically reinforced? Obedience drugs raise a terrifying question: can free will be engineered away? Could enhanced soldiers outperform drones? DARPA compares flesh to machines, but which one is easier to control? What if emotions are delayed until after missions? Suppressed guilt helps efficiency, but when does it come back? Could enhanced senses overwhelm the brain? More data means more power, or complete mental collapse? What if aging slowed dramatically? Longer service seems efficient, but do these soldiers ever get to stop? Could enhanced soldiers survive injuries no human should? Battlefield miracles happen, but what breaks when nothing feels fatal? What if identity fractures under constant upgrades? Soldiers report feeling different, but can science repair the soul? Could these enhancements be reversed? DARPA asks quietly, but some changes may never be undone. What if civilians can't tell who's enhanced? Super soldiers blending in raises a chilling fear. Could anyone be one? Could enemies steal enhancement technology? When biology becomes code, bodies may be hacked like machines. What if soldiers become dependent on upgrades? Without enhancements, functioning feels impossible. What happens after service ends? Could emotions return stronger than before? Suppressed trauma doesn't vanish, it waits. But is anyone ready for it? What if enhanced soldiers think differently forever? Brain rewiring may change personality. Who really comes home? Could this technology spread beyond the military? Once leaked, does humanity change overnight? What if classified really means unfinished? DARPA hides failures, but how many experiments went wrong? Are these enhanced soldiers still human or something new entirely? Power grows fast, but identity fades quietly. And if these experiments succeed, who decides who gets enhanced next and who is left behind? What if enhancement becomes mandatory to stay relevant? Soldiers may be forced to upgrade just to compete. But when choice disappears, is it still service or something far darker? Could enhanced soldiers begin to see themselves above normal humans? Power reshapes identity fast. But what happens when superiority replaces empathy? What if upgrades fail under extreme stress? On the battlefield, malfunctions aren't glitches. They're lives lost in seconds. Could suppressed emotions explode at the worst moment? Fear and guilt don't vanish forever, they wait. But when they return, can anyone control them? What if enhanced soldiers can't return to normal life? Civilian routines may feel slow and fragile. Then where do these soldiers belong? Could families sense something is wrong? Subtle brain changes alter personality, but do loved ones notice before the soldier does? What if moral judgment is altered by speed? Faster decisions save time, but who questions orders when hesitation is removed? Could commanders push enhanced soldiers beyond reason? If pain and fatigue are reduced, limits vanish, but should they? What if the body rejects its own enhancements? Immune systems fight implants, and on a battlefield, rejection can be instantly fatal. Could enhanced soldiers be remotely shut down? Control switches sound safe, but who decides when to flip them? What if enemies capture an enhanced soldier alive? Secrets embedded in flesh could be extracted without stealing a single file. Could enhancements escalate wars faster than ever? Super soldiers may shorten battles or make conflicts brutally unstoppable. What if public opinion turns against enhanced troops? Heroes today could become feared tomorrow. How does that story end? Could soldiers become dependent on constant upgrades? Falling behind technology might feel like losing limbs overnight. What if enhancement divides the military itself? Upgraded units rise while others quietly become expendable. Could enhanced soldiers disobey orders intelligently? Smarter minds may question commands, but what if it's already too late? What if human and machine boundaries disappear completely? At what point does a soldier become a platform instead of a person? Could memory suppression erase accountability? Forgotten actions still happened, but who is responsible if no one remembers? What if enhanced soldiers feel nothing at all? No pain, no fear, just silence inside the mind. Could enhancement redefine bravery itself? Is courage real if fear is engineered out of existence? What if these changes affect future generations? Modified biology raises a chilling question. Does enhancement get inherited? Could soldiers be upgraded without consent during emergencies? When survival matters, permission may be ignored entirely. What if enhancement fails years after service ends? Delayed neurological damage may appear long after the war is over. Could enhanced soldiers be used at home instead of abroad? Disaster, response, or crowd control? The line blurs quickly. What if enhancement creates entirely new mental illnesses? Conditions science doesn't yet know how to treat. Could AI-linked brains override free will? Assistance feels helpful, but where does guidance end and control begin? What if enhanced soldiers outthink their commanders? When intelligence gaps reverse, who truly leads? Could enhanced soldiers become disposable assets? Faster healing might reduce concern for loss, but at what moral cost? What if emotions return all at once? Years of suppressed trauma may flood back violently. Can anyone survive that? Could enhanced soldiers feel permanently isolated from humanity? Being different isn't always power. Can be loneliness? What if enhancement never stops evolving? Each upgrade demands another, but where does the process end? Could enhancement redefine what human even means? Biology becomes optional, identity uncertain. What if failed experiments are buried forever? Classified mistakes may repeat endlessly without accountability. Could future wars be fought only by enhanced humans? Normal soldiers phased out without warning. What if the world demands this power too? Once revealed, enhancement may become impossible to contain. Could DARPA already have results? We'll never see. Classified success or classified disaster? What if the real experiment isn't strength but obedience? How far will humans go to win? And when soldiers become stronger, faster, smarter than us, who is actually in control then?